Hey guys, it's Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel, and today this is my second video on female comedic monologues. And I want to just break down some things about monologues in general, and then I'll get to my 5 suggestions. So first off, I think comedic monologues are a lot harder than dramatic monologues, because with dramatic monologues you can just sort of emote and kind of field your way with, you know, emotions. And with comedy it's a lot harder because you have to have timing and know when to pause and hold for the laughs, and if you don't get them and your rhythm's not right, it can get awkward or stale. And then that's really hard. You kind of have to ask yourself, am I a naturally funny person? Because if you're not, comedy can get hard for you. And that's okay if you're not, but you just might find comedy a little harder. Not that you can't ever do it, but you know, it's hard to practice comedy or get good at comedy, but it is going to be maybe a little harder for you. Some people say never do monologues from a musical. I think if you're going to audition for a musical, it might be okay, because I think characters for musicals are written different from characters from plays. But it's up to you. I mean, I think keep a slew of monologues on hand for different occasions. Obviously dramatic ones and comedic ones, but whatever it is, pick a monologue that is good for you, for your personality, that matches you, and always one that's appropriate for the genre of the show and appropriate to the character you're auditioning for, just like a song, and ask yourself, is this really funny? Like, not offensive, because I don't think anything that's offensive is funny. I mean, for me. But, and then also in that minute and a half, whatever they need it to be, like, is this enough time to develop this character? Like, does this monologue convey a character? Can I develop it well enough in this minute? So, just some questions to ask yourself. All right, so let me get to my suggestions. First off, from Legally Blonde and the character Paulette. This is where she first meets Elle Woods in the hair salon. And she asks Elle, like, why do you want to change your hair? You know, you want a new look. And usually it's because she tells her, we do this for guys. We do this when we're in love. And she kind of launches into her journey about love and boyfriends. And it's pretty funny. Secondly, from Fiddler on the Roof, Yente, I think one of the funniest characters in musicals, goes to tell Golde, she's like, I've got such news. And she goes into like sort of her problems and what's going on to her life. And then she's like, all right, Golde, goodbye. And you realize she never said the news. Like, what was the news? From My Fair Lady, Eliza Doolittle, it's called They Done Her In. And Professor Higgins is really trying to make a lady out of her, and what are appropriate topics to talk about. And she's telling this story about how her aunt died of influenza, but it's not about influenza. She's talking about how she thinks somebody killed her for a hat they wanted to steal, and it's so inappropriate. It's so inappropriate. It's funny. All right, from Chicago-Roxie, her monologue right before her song Roxie really tells her story of like why she is who she is, and I think this one really does develop a character really well. And finally, from a chorus line, the character Val, her monologue right before her song Dance 10 Looks 3, I think is one of the funniest monologues in musicals, because she thinks she is just all that. She thinks when she gets off the bus from her little town, she's just going to take New York by storm. She realizes, yes, they did love my dance. It was dance 10, but my looks, not so much. I was only a 3. So I had to change that. There was definitely things about me I needed to change. All right, so there you go. There are my choices. I hope you like that. Subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other videos, and I'll see you in my next.